Open your eyes. Look, open your eyes. There is a conquest going on. And those who should be defending us are complicit in selling us. Get that clear.
Hello, welcome to this channel. There is this video I came across and I would like us to watch it together. But before we do that, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that. Click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to keep being part of this. Then as you watch, do not forget to react and also drop your comments in the comment section.
Open your eyes. Look, open your eyes. There is a conquest going on. And those who should be defending us are complicit in selling us. Get that clear.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. On a sad note, the issue that happened in Plateau State today that claims 14 lives. Now, the death toll has been increasing ever since then, and as at the time of recording this video, it is 51 now, okay? Meaning that the 51 persons were killed today in Plateau State. You know why I'm keeping all these records? Because I'm still writing it down. So that tomorrow, if I come out to tell you the number of people your one Nigeria has eaten, you will understand why we are doing this, all right? This is just barely a week and 3 days, okay? A week and 3 days or 4 days. They kill almost 50 persons there. So is it a weekly basis? If it is weekly basis, meaning the people of Plateau State should get ready that every week 50 persons is going to die, because the security operatives have washed their hands off. The chief of army staff has come out to say that it is political, that there is an underlying issue. And the reason why all this issue is increasing in the middle belt and in the north, if it is because of people who really created all this insecurity are using it to do politics for frustrating Numbu and so on and so forth, it is their own cup of tea. But Nigeria is complicated and it's not sustainable, because the issue of this insecurity is, I don't know the adjective I will use to qualify it. It's many. The political angle is there, the Islamization angle is there, the Fulanis who kill both even Muslims and Christians who are everywhere in Nigeria. Those people are looking for land to chase people to occupy. So Nigeria has many problems, and that is why we said that Nigeria is not sustainable.
One thing is this. In this last week, Yorubas in Akure, same Akure, had occasion to troop out in their numbers to protest the insecurity occasioned again, the Fulani again, they said. Enugu people were crying out about being butchered on their farms. It would appear that almost everywhere across the length and breadth of Nigeria in the last week, it's been one killing after the other, all linked in one way or the other to the Fulani people. This has not just, it didn't start yesterday. It's something that's been ongoing, it's been happening for a while. Every time you hear of one ethnic cleansing, one mother or the other, the Fulanis are mentioned. So this last week, I've had my mind preoccupied with cows, the Fulanis, the obvious war of conquest and invasion going on, and the seeming complicity, not even seeming, the obvious complicity of the state that seems to continue to ask, where are the cows? Because nobody appears to be treating these as anything close to what it should be treated as. Because obviously Nigeria is a country under siege. So as I started thinking about this, I remembered the narratives offered by Kawu Baraje, the former National Secretary, I believe, of the APC. This is reported in Business Day of the 2nd of August, 2022. Baraje was speaking at the occasion of his 70th birthday. And he said, on record, that in the lead up to the 2015 election, they, as the APC, imported Fulanis from Sierra Leone, from Mali, from Senegal, from Niger, and from Chad. He was very specific. He did not mention any other ethnic nationality. He spoke specifically of the Fulani. He said they imported Fulanis from Sierra Leone, Mali, Senegal, Niger, and Chad. I'm not sure if we had influxes from Equatorial Guinea or if the ones in other parts were equally invited, but it was specific. And in 2015, a rabid Fulani redentist and a Muslim fanatic was elected president of Nigeria. Baraje was very, very clear in also saying that the people they invited, they also harmed. Let me repeat myself. Go to the Business Day newspaper of August 2, 2022. I am quoting Kawu Baraje. He was part of the foundation of the APC. He was the factional chairman of the breakaway PDP that was part of the foundation of the APC. There are recorded confessions on TikTok, on YouTube, almost every social media platform. You'll find Fulani people telling you. There is one particular one I watched myself where the guy was like, look, AK-47, that they don't use it to shepherd their cows, that these were given to them. He was specific in saying that. He's on record. A friend shared a story with me, and I think he also posted these on social media. She rather, a farmer. And she recounted how she was farming somewhere in Oyo State, somewhere around Afijio. I went to school in Fiditi, which incidentally is my mother's village, for those idiots who are saying my mother is Igbo or this. Anyways, in Afijio, if you know Fiditi and his axis, you know that that is on the road to Oyo, after it's between Oyo and Ibadan. So that's deep in the heartlands of Yoruba land. And this woman says that immediately after the harvest season, the Fulanis would come. These are Fulanis who have lived in the community for decades. They will come, graze their cattle. In grazing their cattle, the droppings from the cattle would help to fertilize the field. The hooves will break the soil, and it was a mutually beneficial relationship. And these Fulanis would help, and they would give them fura and wara, and people had a mutually beneficial relationship. And when the cows grazed on people's farm, there was also a key, easy way of fixing the problems. They would pay reparations. They had peaceful coexistence. And then this woman told me that after a point, the leader of the local Fulani who would graze on her fields came to her to say, look, I'm leaving. There are some new Fulanis in the environment. I cannot coexist with them. And the man left with his family, somebody who had lived in the neighborhood well in excess of 20-30 years. He left with his family. And not long after, there was this new influx of Fulani people who wouldn't even hear any language and were never ready to discuss peace. Every little infraction turned into fights, and these ones were acting more like conquerors than neighbors. She abandoned her farm. This story is over 10 years old. I used to farm, and I had farms in Ijebu-Igbo. For those of you who are familiar with Ijebu-Igbo, I had farms in Telubomi and Abude, just behind Akoje Farm Settlement. I had cocoa farms running into tens of acres. I was forced to abandon my farm over 10 years ago because of Fulani activities in the neighborhood over 10 years ago. The fact is that this has been an insidious conquest. It has happened with the complicity of the state. And because of the complicity of the state, a lot of us have been slow to admit to the fact that Nigeria is in the grip of an insurgency, ably supported by our government and the rulers of Nigeria. General Olawumi was on national TV, on channels, and he said on the record that since 2016, a list of sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria had been given to Buhari as the president. He said in that interview that the sponsors of terrorism included governors, persons in the cabinet of the president. Nothing ever happened to them. The UAE caught sponsors, financiers of terrorism in Nigeria, and they sent them to prison in the UAE. And then they sent a corresponding list of sponsors who are in Nigeria to the Nigerian government. Over 300. Nothing ever happened to them. But the same government is always quick to jail 17-year-olds on trumped-up charges. The same government, the same system is always available to persecute those who might make the error of asking to be citizens. My friend Dr. Calvin Stanley told me that almost on a daily basis, somebody is killed on the plateau. That 164 settlements on the plateau have been taken as conquered territory, resettled by Fulani marauders after the indigenous people have been driven off the land. A person told me how she gave up a mining license, or at least her interest in the mining license, when she found out that for her to be able to work the concession she was given, she would have had to be in bed with terrorists who are usually employed in the mining industry to drive out the indigenous people from the land holding the resources. And we still begin to ask, where are the cows? Dr. Calvin told me that there is a base for Fulani terrorists in the tri-state area, Benue, I think it is between Benue, Nasarawa and Plateau, somewhere around that place, that there is a base. That this, and he said it on national TV as well, by the way, that this base is known to all of our security agencies, that helicopters land there to drop off ammunitions and material, that the security forces are aware and they've done nothing about it. He is on record. He is on record, on public record, and we are still asking, where are the cows?
Thank you for watching this video. Please leave your contribution in the comment section and also do well to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.